Hola, and welcome to another adventure on High Plains Passport. It's raining now, and I'm grateful to be enclosed in this unroughed bus in transit from Flores to Rio Dulce in northern Guatemala. I had one of those mornings when you wonder why you do what you do, feeling overcharged and shortchanged. But that was this morning, and now it's raining, and I love the rain. It reminds me that as we sail through life, don't avoid rough waters, sail on, because calm waters won't make a skillful sailor. I am not the first sailor to skipper to Rio Dulce or cast an anchor in nearby Lake Izabal. For centuries, these waters have been serving as a safe haven during hurricane season. The river is large enough to accommodate vessels of varying proportions and far enough inland to avoid the brunt of oceanic storms. Historically, Rio Dulce was a major port in Central America, ideal for trade with Spain. In the 16th century, this place was packed like sardines, full of sailors and pirates, which is why there is a castle here in Guatemala. The attendant in this UNESCO World Heritage Site welcomes my entrance. Like everywhere else in this country, security stands somewhat abruptly on duty at the front gate. The path to Castillo de San Felipe leads me through an inviting woodland with well-rooted trees. The scenery soon changes, branching out into an open area, and at the very end of this path there is a drawbridge over a moat, a few mystic meters wide. There is a chain that holds on unrelentingly. The original tower was built in 1595 and stationed 10 soldiers. Over the next century, it was seized, sabotaged, and restored numerous times. In the late 1600s, the tower was expanded and the housing capacity increased to 100 men, and eventually peace prevailed. Inside the castle walls, the sunlight still finds a way within, casting cubic shadows bursting through windowsills that are ambiguous enough to make one wonder if they are holding people out or holding people in. For in times of moderate peace, this was no castle, but a prison. The corridors are silent and secretive, and the kitchen is still and speechless. All I can hear are the whispers from the past, the residue of bustle and banner during battle. I venture into a vestibule that leads to a blatant dead end going nowhere, but perhaps to one's fate. Ascending stairs lead to a second story, to the towers that safeguard over the river. There are dimpled and damaged cannons, some much more dilapidated than others, some still pristine in an antique way. I can only infer to the rush of adrenaline that must have exploded like arsenal through metal as these cannonballs would trumpet off into the distance. That's intense, and this place feels a little intense, though thankfully, currently, in a non-belligerent sort of way. Maybe it's because everything is so green, and the fortress is so serene, and there's the laughter of children in the air. And it stopped raining. The sun is shining, and for now, it's smooth sailing. High Plains Passport is written and produced by Valerie Smith for High Plains Public Radio. Music from Jose Gonzalez and myself. Special thanks this week to the best sailor I know, Danny Peter, and his beautiful wife, Sally, a good mate to have on deck come Hades or high water. Sail on over to hppr.org to see a video of today's adventure or sign up for podcasts.